Exuberant, fearless, colorful, soulful, and mysterious. Only a few of the many complimenting words I would use to describe the artwork of Susan Contreras and the artist herself. Born in 1952, Susan comes from a great artistic lineage. Susan first studied photography before focusing on painting and developing her unique, mature style expressed most notably through the use of masks from her impressive collection of over 250. Her vibrant paintings and intriguing iconography have made her work immediately recognizable to curators and collectors around the world. And from a national perspective, Susan is among New Mexico's most widely recognized artists. She offers the viewer a glimpse into our culture in a way that is easy to admire for people of all ages and backgrounds. Susan also shares her experience with her peers and with students at all levels. Susan makes sure that her work is accessible, both visually and intellectually. And Susan's generosity of spirit has been felt by many individuals and organizations. She has often donated some of her best work in support of fundraising auctions and has been equally generous with her time and energy in artist in residence programs at colleges and universities. Susan is the consummate artist, and her resume speaks to the level of dedication she has brought to her work for decades. She has maintained a disciplined practice resulting in a level of mastery rarely achieved by many. And she is what New Mexico arts is all about, with a joy for life and a boundless imagination to create her own possibilities and a world of enchantment on canvas. It is my great honor to introduce 2021 Governor's Award for Excellence in the Arts recipient, Susan Contreras.
I had to laugh. I talk to kids a lot of times about art, and they go, "We know why you paint masks." And I said, "Why?" And they said, "Because you can't paint faces." Which is not true, but it is a lot simpler, and you can exaggerate, make different colors. It's great. I think from a very early age, I knew I wanted to be a painter like my mother, and she was a portrait painter. Now, my paintings as a child always had stories, and they were always really big, and they had a lot of circus clowns in them. But, you know, everything I painted had to have a story. So I think early on, I wanted to tell a story. And I always loved masks. I was very shy as a child. And, I mean, there's not very many artists that don't love the three-dimensional quality of masks and what happens when you put one on. When I first started, I just painted them as is. But now they've gotten more animated. I can change them. And I collect masks that aren't particularly spooky, you know. They're pretty joyous, but they're my characters. And people go, "Are you still gonna paint masks?" And it's like, yeah, I'm not tired of it. They bring an energy to the paintings that I love, and they take me places that I don't expect. When you're painting, you know, you can be painting for 6 hours, but it'll be that one moment of 15 minutes where everything starts working, and that's what you wait for. So I was married to Elias Rivera, and we were together 38 years, and he was also a recipient of the Governor's Award in 2005. And it was great living with him because we fed off of each other. We knew what we wanted to do, what we needed to do, and we were focused. He was a morning painter, and I'm a late afternoon night painter. So, I mean, we crossed a lot, but it was wonderful living with him. And I had to laugh because Elias has always been more well known for his painting than I have, which is fine. He really wanted to be a famous artist. I just want to be able to paint where I can paint. You know, as long as I can keep painting, that's all I want. And you've got, you know, the people that love masks and they really get my work and they love it, and there are other people that are just like, "Oh God, it's horrible. Why do you put masks in it? It's so dark." But I'm not so interested in what the person's like that's wearing the mask. I'm just the whole presentation of the mask, what it really is, what it portrays. I know there's a lot of artists that like to paint angst and social conditions, and there's certainly a lot to paint about now about that, but I still like to have the empathy of people, you know, to show people what people are really like. And that's still my goal, you know. I still like the slapstick part of life. I'm the kind of artist that just has to experiment with drawing and go somewhere with it. I don't have a framework of what I want to do. I just want to keep painting, and I hope that people keep enjoying my paintings. Well, when I got called about this award, I was shocked and very honored. I understand that Georgia O'Keeffe was the first person to receive the award. And of course, I want to thank the people that nominated me, and they know who they are, and the Arts Commission, who works wonderfully in the city and in the state, and of course, our lovely governor. And I'm just so proud and happy to have received this, and I thank the whole community for supporting me as an artist.